Right, assalamu alaikum. Oh, come on, I didn't hear you then. Assalamu alaikum. That's right. We're now looking at Islam on relationships and lifestyles. So, two definitions. Nuclear family, made up of parents and children. Extended family, made of different relatives. Okay, so the idea of grandparents, well, not grandparents, uncles, cousins, etc. as that. Now, many Muslims live in an extended family, which is especially when parents become elderly and require care. So often you have a very strong Muslim commitment of many different families. You know your uncle, your aunt, your second cousin, third cousin. You know, there's a big sense of unity within that conception. And they view the family to have three key roles. One, to provide love, companionship, and security. Philos, yeah. Two, a place where children are taught moral values and social behaviour. And also to control adult sexual behaviour, for people to make sure that people aren't really sleeping around. So that kind of like everyone's watching you, oh right, well, we can't, you see that kind of idea. Now, marriage in Islam is taught in a sense as a foundation of family life. So we can actually talk about it as a duty. So you got go forth and multiply with and it being a sacrament in Christianity. In the Quran, you got, or from a hadith, you've got when a man marries, he completes half the faith. When a man marries, he completes half the faith. That's from a hadith. That's from the Prophet Muhammad. Also, it stated, he has created mates among yourselves so that you may live in peace with them. So actually a way of finding peace within yourself is by finding a partner, and to say that these people are there, you're there for each other. God made you for each other. So he has created mates from amongst yourselves so that you may live in peace with them. He has created mates from amongst yourself so that you may live in peace with them. And that's from the Quran, that's Surah 30:12. Islam allows a man to marry up to 4 wives if his wife agrees, but it's also enabled to love and support each other. So they say, marry women of your choice, 2, 3, or 4. But if you fear you'll be unable to deal justly with them, then only 1. And that's from Surah 4:3. Now let's make this a non-literalist perspective on the issue. Polygamy, okay? Polygamy meaning the capacity to polymarriage, yeah, to marry a variety of women, all right, 4 women, is there because in the time of the Prophet Muhammad, women were often owned by men. And so it was seen as a good thing for a respectable Muslim man to marry, say, 4 women, because instead of being owned, they would be protected by those men. Women couldn't get jobs. Women couldn't support themselves. It was much harder to be a woman in old Muslim society than it is, say, in modern British society today. So a British Muslim may not choose to marry 4 wives because they understand that now women can be more independent, and consider it a bit kind of cheeky to say that you can have 4 wives. That would be a non-literalist perspective. However, a more literalist perspective would say, hey, look, it says I can marry 4 wives, so I can marry 4 wives. Can't have 5, but I can have 4. It says so within the Quran, literally. Marry women of your choice, 2, 3, 4. But if you fear you'll be unable to deal justly with them, they only have 1. And that's from the Quran 4:3, Surah 4:3. So that idea, however, does say that women should be treated equally, all wives should be treated equally and fairly. If you can't handle it, don't do it.